some people believe they made other major discoveries there decades ago. Discoveries they chose to keep secret.
The Lunar Orbiter 2, NASA's probe, photographs this area on the moon, and what's so bizarre is that this area has undeniable architecture.
Astronauts of the Apollo mission could gain more information about these artificial structures on the moon.
Without the seasons, it could be very difficult for life on Earth. So the moon is actually performing an incredible function. Without it, we might not be.
The object is enormous and oddly shaped, sparking debates about what it could be. Could this strange discovery reveal something we never expected about the moon? We will uncover a massive conspiracy that remained in the shadows for years, and it doesn't want us to know what this fantastic object truly is. Moon's hidden object shocks the world. This discovery took the world by surprise, especially considering how extensively the moon has been studied for decades. After all, the moon is no stranger to scientific exploration. It has been visited by astronauts and closely monitored by various spacecraft over the years. The question on everyone's mind was clear. How could something so enormous remain hidden for so long? The possibility of such a large object existing on the moon without previous detection set the stage for a new chapter in humanity's ongoing quest to understand the questions of our solar system. Before we reveal the truth, it's clear that what was found on the moon is far more extraordinary than anyone could have ever imagined. And this is only the beginning of what will shock the world. The story of this strange lunar object began with a few amateur astronomers who, while scanning the moon with high-powered telescopes, noticed something unusual. At first, the discovery was easily dismissed as a shadow, a crater, or just an optical illusion caused by the play of light and dark on the lunar surface. However, upon closer inspection, it became clear that this was no ordinary anomaly. The object was real, massive, and unlike anything that had been previously observed on the moon. In a time when we can access satellite images from space at the click of a button, the idea that something so large could go unnoticed for so long was baffling. As word of the discovery spread, curiosity turned into skepticism. How could this have been overlooked? Some wondered if it was simply an illusion, a trick played by the shadows cast by lunar craters, or perhaps a temporary feature caused by shifting lunar dust. Others speculated that it might have been observed before, but no one had realized its true significance. However, as more and more astronomers began to focus on this object, skepticism slowly gave way to intrigue. High-resolution images of the object, taken from various angles and using different wavelengths of light, confirmed that it was indeed a real physical structure. Its immense size, sharp edges, and distinct shape ruled out the possibility of it being a simple geological formation. From there, the world's fascination with the object took off, and the search for answers began. As soon as the discovery became widely known, the internet was flooded with theories. The object's size and seemingly artificial shape led many to speculate that it might be a structure built by extraterrestrial beings. This theory quickly caught fire, especially among those who have long believed in the existence of alien life. The idea that an ancient, advanced civilization might have left its mark on the moon was captivating. Could this object be the long-sought-after evidence that humanity is not alone in the universe? Proponents of this theory pointed to the object's sharp angles and large rectangular shape. These features seemed too orderly and symmetrical to be the product of natural geological processes, they argued. For years, conspiracy theorists have speculated about alien bases hidden on the far side of the moon, where they would be shielded from Earth-based telescopes. To them, the discovery of this object was the validation they had been waiting for. However, not everyone was ready to jump on the alien bandwagon. Many experts offered more grounded explanations. They suggested that the object could be a natural formation, perhaps the result of volcanic activity or the impact of a large meteorite. The moon has a complex geological history, and its surface is dotted with craters, mountains, and strange rock formations. Some scientists believe that this object might just be another one of these geological oddities, albeit a particularly large and unusual one. Despite the object's sharp, unnatural-looking lines, some argued that the forces of nature could still produce such a shape. On Earth, natural formations like the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland or the Devil's Tower in Wyoming have been mistaken for man-made structures due to their unusual geometric appearances. Could something similar be happening on the moon? As people became more curious, the large size and strange shape of this object on the moon led to even more questions. Giant object baffles scientists. The object's size and shape are key reasons why it has sparked such intense debate. Measuring several miles long and rising high above the lunar surface, it is larger than anything man-made that has ever been sent to the moon. In fact, it is so enormous that if it were located on Earth, it would be visible from space. The object has a distinct, elongated, and almost rectangular shape, which stands in stark contrast to the more common circular craters and jagged mountains that populate the moon's surface. Its sharp geometric lines further fuel speculation about its origin. Natural formations typically have a more irregular, rough appearance due to the chaotic forces that shape them over time. This object, however, appears to have smooth surfaces and right angles, which are uncommon in naturally occurring structures. Its shape seems almost too perfect to have been formed by natural processes alone, making many wonder if it could be an artificial structure of some kind. These features are what set the object apart from other formations that have been observed on the moon. While the lunar surface is dotted with odd and intriguing shapes caused by the impacts of meteors, volcanic activity, and the movement of lunar dust over millennia, nothing quite like this object has ever been seen before. Its unnatural appearance has led some to believe that it may not belong on the moon at all. Whether it is a result of human activity, a relic of an ancient extraterrestrial civilization, or something else entirely remains unknown. When news of the strange object spread, scientists around the world began to take notice. Lunar researchers, geologists, and astronomers all turned their attention to the moon, eager to analyze the images and data that had been gathered. Major space agencies such as NASA and the European Space Agency, ESA, began to examine the object using the extensive data collected by lunar orbiters, satellites, and past manned missions to the moon. Initially, the scientific community approached the discovery with caution. Many scientists were reluctant to jump to conclusions without further investigation. After all, the object's mere existence didn't necessarily point to alien life or human-made origins. Scientists stressed the importance of gathering more data before making any definitive claims about the object's nature. Detailed analysis of the lunar surface, measurements of the object's composition, and further imaging would all be necessary to fully understand what this massive structure could be. Nevertheless, the excitement within the scientific community was palpable. The object represented a question that could have far-reaching implications, and solving it would require collaboration and input from various disciplines. Whether the object turned out to be a natural formation or something more extraordinary, the very fact that such a strange structure existed on the moon was thrilling. The discovery reminded scientists of how much there still is to learn about the moon and our solar system as a whole. Without modern technology, the discovery of this massive object on the moon might never have happened. Telescopes capable of capturing incredibly detailed images of the lunar surface were among the first tools used to spot the object. These telescopes, operated by amateur astronomers from their own backyards, as well as professionals in observatories, can reveal features that are far beyond the capabilities of the human eye. In addition to ground-based telescopes, a significant portion of the discovery's data came from satellites orbiting the moon, such as NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, LRO. These satellites continually map the moon's surface in high resolution, allowing scientists to zoom in on specific areas and study them in great detail. With this technology, researchers were able to examine the object from various angles, analyzing its shadows, shape, and size. The availability of high-resolution images and the ability to study the moon remotely represent a massive leap forward in space exploration. Decades ago, such a discovery might have required a manned mission to the moon, but now we can gather a wealth of information from a distance. This technology allows scientists to study and explore the moon in ways that would have been impossible during the Apollo missions of the 1960s and 1970s. Just when it seemed we might learn more about the object, new questions came up about why it wasn't seen earlier, adding more to the ongoing search for answers. New tools reveal Moon's shocking find. The role of technology in uncovering and analyzing this object highlights how far humanity has come in space exploration. It also underscores how much potential there is for future discoveries. As our technology continues to improve, so too will our ability to explore the questions of space from afar. One of the most perplexing questions surrounding the discovery of this massive object is why it wasn't detected earlier. The moon has been a focal point of space exploration for decades, and its surface has been studied in great detail. So how could something so large, so clearly visible, have gone unnoticed for so long? Several factors might explain why the object remained hidden. First, the moon is an enormous body, and while it has been studied extensively, not every inch of its surface has been examined with the same level of detail. The object might be located in a region of the moon that had previously escaped close scrutiny. Additionally, the angle of sunlight on the moon plays a significant role in how objects are seen. Depending on the time of day, shadows can obscure or highlight certain features, making them appear or disappear in different lighting conditions. The object may have been hidden by these shadows during earlier observations, blending into the natural lunar landscape in such a way that it wasn't noticed. Alternatively, it's possible that earlier space missions simply lacked the technology to see the object in detail. The instruments and cameras used during the Apollo missions, for example, were groundbreaking at the time, but are now considered outdated compared to today's equipment. This discovery serves as a reminder that despite our advances in technology and space exploration, there is still much we don't know about the moon. The lunar surface is vast, and there are likely many more hidden things waiting to be uncovered. The moon has held a unique place in human imagination and history for centuries. Since ancient times, civilizations have looked to the moon as a symbol of the unknown, a celestial body that influences the tides, controls the night, and sparks the imagination. Myths and legends from cultures around the world feature the moon in central roles, from gods and goddesses to monsters and mystical creatures. In more recent times, the moon became the subject of scientific curiosity and exploration. When Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon in 1969, humanity took its first steps toward truly understanding our closest neighbor in space. Since then, the moon has been a focal point of space missions, both manned and unmanned. We have sent probes, orbiters, and rovers to study its surface, and yet the moon continues to surprise us. The discovery of this massive object on the moon taps into this long-standing tradition of seeing the moon as a place of uncertainty and wonder. The possibility that something new and unexplained exists on its surface reignites that sense of curiosity and the desire to explore the unknown. Whether the object turns out to be a natural formation or something more, it serves as a reminder of how much there still is to discover about the universe around us. It didn't take long for the discovery of the strange object on the moon to reignite interest in the possibility of extraterrestrial life. For decades, people have speculated about the existence of UFOs, alien civilizations, and confidential bases hidden on the moon. This object, with its massive size and strange shape, seemed to fit perfectly into those theories. Some UFO enthusiasts have pointed to historical reports of strange sightings on the moon, suggesting that this object could be evidence of alien activity. They argue that if there are extraterrestrial civilizations capable of reaching Earth, it's not unreasonable to think they might have left something behind on the moon. The discovery has also revived old conspiracy theories about unknown alien bases on the far side of the moon. Some believe that the object could be part of a larger extraterrestrial outpost, hidden from view by the moon's rotation and only now coming to light due to advances in technology. While mainstream scientists are more cautious in their interpretations, the connection to UFO lore adds an extra layer of intrigue to the whole thing. Whether or not this object has anything to do with aliens, it has certainly fueled the imaginations of those who believe that humanity is not alone in the universe. While ideas about aliens spread, scientists focused on figuring out if the object was natural, but even their careful studies couldn't fully explain it. Experts argue over Moon's big find. While the discovery of the object has sparked wild speculation about aliens and ancient civilizations, many scientists remain grounded in their explanations. The simplest answer, they argue, is often the correct one. The object could be a natural formation, the result of geological processes that occurred billions of years ago when the moon was still geologically active. Some scientists believe that the object might be the remnant of a collapsed lava tube, a common feature on both the moon and Earth. Lava tubes form when molten lava flows beneath the surface, creating hollow tunnels. Over time, these tunnels can collapse, leaving behind strange, elongated shapes that could resemble the object seen on the moon. Another possibility is that the object is the result of a meteorite impact. The moon's surface is pocked with craters, and some impacts can produce unusual shapes depending on the angle and speed of the meteorite. The object's sharp angles and rectangular shape could be the result of such an impact rather than evidence of an alien structure. If the object turns out to be a natural formation, it would still be a remarkable discovery. It could provide new insights into the moon's geological history, shedding light on the processes that shaped its surface billions of years ago. Even without the involvement of aliens, the object could teach us something new about the moon and the forces that have shaped our solar system. The discovery of a massive, strange object on the moon comes at a time when interest in lunar exploration is once again on the rise. After decades of focusing on other planets, space agencies around the world are turning their attention back to the moon. NASA's Artemis program, for example, aims to send humans back to the moon by the mid-2020s with the goal of establishing a sustainable presence on its surface. The strange object could become a key focus for future lunar missions. Whether it's a natural formation or something more extraordinary, scientists will want to study it up close to understand its origin and composition. Future missions could involve sending rovers or even astronauts to the site to gather samples and conduct detailed analysis. In addition to NASA, private companies like SpaceX are also planning missions to the moon. These missions could provide new opportunities to explore the object and unlock its secrets. As technology continues to advance, we may soon be able to study the object in ways that were previously unimaginable. The discovery of the object also highlights the importance of continued exploration of the moon. Despite all that we have learned about our closest celestial neighbor, there is still so much we don't know. The moon remains a place of appeal and discovery, and the more we explore, the more we will learn about the universe around us. At its core, the discovery of a huge object on the moon is a reminder of humanity's unending curiosity. Even in an age of advanced technology and space exploration, the universe still holds countless things waiting to be uncovered. Each new discovery, no matter how small or large, challenges us to rethink what we know and pushes us to continue searching for answers. For many, the appeal of space lies in the possibility of the unknown. There is always more to explore, more to discover, and more to understand. Whether the object on the moon turns out to be a natural formation or evidence of something beyond our world, it represents the thrill of discovery and the wonder of the unknown. In the end, the strange object on the moon may remain a question for years to come. But no matter what it turns out to be, it has already done something remarkable. It has reignited our sense of wonder and reminded us of the infinite possibilities that lie beyond our planet. The search for answers continues, and the path of exploration is far from over. Is this massive object on the moon just a natural formation? Or could it be something far more mysterious, even linked to extraterrestrial activity? Some believe we're on the verge of a groundbreaking discovery, while others think it's all just coincidence. What do you think? Are we about to uncover something that will change everything we know about the moon?